Hi, Cindy and Dave of InspireSight here. You know, all our lives we've loved and been inspired by nature. In school, I had a love of both science and the arts. People sometimes told me I needed to focus on one or the other, but to me they were both beautiful expressions of similar principles, like music, which expresses both structure and beauty.
Well, Cindy and I were led into careers that balanced both science and art, and how they could work together in meeting people's needs, also preserving the environment at the same time. Well, we're both licensed landscape architects, environmental planners, and educators with youth. We've taught seminars on biblical nature metaphors throughout the U.S. We also serve as volunteer prison chaplains and have found that the beauty and order of nature is a universal language.
Yeah, in our work with young people and inmates, and talking with family and friends, we found nature metaphors can provide great conversation bridges. Below is a free guide that you can sign up for that includes the most engaging ones. It's called Conversation Bridges Using Science and Biblically Rooted Nature Metaphors.
The guide Cindy mentioned summarizes years of experience in finding how these nature metaphors can open doors to sharing inspiration and spiritual understanding. Isn't that what spiritual teachers over the centuries have done? They've used nature analogies in communicating spiritual ideas and enlightening thought. Jesus, Buddha, Martin Luther King all did that. Well, we've all probably heard inspirational speakers in the public arena that used analogies about light dawning, darkness dissipating, growth taking place, or transformation occurring. Well, using metaphors with inmates to communicate spiritual truths, we found that they get excited, they sit up, and they move to the front of the room.
Like, here's a nature metaphor that could be a conversation starter. Did you know plants don't lean toward the light? They don't grow toward the light?
Well, it sure seems that the plant on my windowsill grows towards the light.
Well, yes, but actually the plant is being pushed toward the light. In plant physiology, it's called a messenger, and it internally impels the plant to lean toward the light. This light-activated messenger goes to the dark side of the plant and makes the cells elongate, and it literally pushes the plant toward the light.
So if someone is struggling with unhealthy attractions, this light of good, God, goes to whatever feels dark, impels us towards the light of divine love, toward what is healthy and satisfying our deeper hunger.
You know, sometimes when I bring this up, I get the question, well, what is good? Implying that good is just a personal value judgment. And while that may be true concerning material things, the spiritual substance of good is always God and God's qualities. Good is spiritual love, the enlightenment of divine truth, the satisfaction, joy, and beauty of soul, the hope and inspiration of spirit. They're actively reflected in spiritual man, and God is always sustaining them. This light, which Christians call Christ, goes to wherever there seems to be a lack of light, whether it's addiction or fear, illness or depression, grief, isolation, or suffering. This messenger impels us toward the light or truth of God and brings strength and healing. It reveals solution-producing ideas. I'm sure many of you have had examples of this in your own lives.
So sign up to get your free guide below. It includes additional nature metaphors and how they can serve as conversation bridges to deeper sharing. Also, it includes examples of how listening to God's guidance and learning from nature has brought healing solutions to seemingly impossible situations.
Oh, and by the way, if you find the examples in the guide helpful or intriguing, Dave and I will be offering 3 one-hour seminars expanding on these concepts in April, May, and June. All 3 seminars are included for $18. They'll be focused on spiritual lessons from plant communities and biblical nature metaphors. You can go to the InspireSight website link below and find out more and register for them. In the meanwhile, we think you'll find the Guide to Conversation Bridges helpful and useful. So, bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Bye.